Her phone vibrated on the table between us. Once, twice. She didn't look at it. That was the first crack. We were sitting in the car, engine off, night pressing against the windows. Her fingers were locked together in her lap, knuckles pale. She stared straight ahead like the windshield was a screen playing something only she could see. "Sorry," she said suddenly, too quickly. "Work." She reached for the phone then. Too late. I had already seen the name light up the screen. No heart emoji, no nickname. Just a man's name. Clean, ordinary, dangerous. I said nothing. My face stayed neutral. Calm is a weapon when you know how to hold it. I watched her thumb hover before she silenced the call, watched the faint tremor she thought I wouldn't notice. The car felt smaller after that. Her constant busyness had always sounded responsible. Meetings, deadlines, late evenings that smelled like coffee and excuses. I had trusted the rhythm of her absence, trusted the way she always came back acting tired instead of guilty. Until that moment, until the silence between us thickened, and I realized she wasn't nervous about being interrupted, she was nervous about being seen. I smiled at her, soft, reassuring. Inside, something cold adjusted its grip around my spine. I told myself it was nothing. That's how betrayal enters, quiet, dressed as logic. Everyone gets busy. Everyone needs space. I replayed her explanations like they were recorded statements, searching for inconsistencies. There were plenty. I just hadn't wanted to catalog them. She had stopped sharing details, not lying, just editing. Her laughter had changed, shorter, controlled. She laughed like someone careful not to give too much away. Her touch had become scheduled, efficient, like a task crossed off a list. I noticed the small things first, the way she angled her phone away from me, the way she left the room to take calls, the way she said my name less often. Names carry weight. She had started lifting mine off her tongue. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is what desperate people do. I needed clarity, not comfort. I watched. I listened. I learned her patterns the way hunters learn trails. Her late meetings always fell on the same nights. Her excuses recycled phrases. Her eyes avoided mine when she said she loved me. I still wanted to be wrong. That was the most painful part, knowing something was rotting and hoping it was just my imagination. But truth doesn't announce itself loudly. It waits. They just need distance and silence. I became quieter. That unsettled her more than anger ever could. I memorized her schedule, checked timestamps, compared stories to reality. When she slept, I lay awake counting breaths, counting lies. I never touched her phone. Trust isn't broken by snooping. It's broken by patterns. And the pattern was clear. She wasn't just busy, she was somewhere else. One night I followed her. From a distance, far enough to be invisible, close enough to see the truth without distortion. She didn't notice me. People never notice when they think they're safe. She parked outside a restaurant we used to love. I stayed in the shadows. I watched him step out of the car. He was older than me. That surprised me. Calm, confident, the kind of man who doesn't chase, he waits. She smiled at him in a way she hadn't smiled at me in months. Not wide, real. I felt something settle then. Not anger, understanding. This wasn't an accident. This was a choice. I gathered proof slowly. Photos, timelines, messages she forgot to delete. I let her keep lying. Every lie sharpened the blade. She thought she was ahead of me. She was standing exactly where I wanted her. The report arrived on a Tuesday. I didn't open it right away. I already knew. Paper just makes betrayal official. I waited until she came home, watched her kick off her shoes, watched her smile like nothing was wrong. "Long day?" she said. I slid the envelope across the table. She frowned, opened it, read. Her face collapsed inward like a building losing support. "No," she whispered. "This isn't—" I raised a hand. Silence obeyed. "I know," I said, calm,
almost kind. How long? She broke then. Tears, excuses, words tumbling over each other, desperate to undo time. She reached for me. I leaned back. Distance matters. "It was never supposed to hurt you," she said. That was almost funny. I nodded once, like I was listening to a weather report. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I explained. I told her I knew his name, his routine, his weaknesses. I told her I had already sent the evidence to the one person he feared losing. I told her I had changed the locks that morning. Her eyes widened. "You planned this," she said. "Yes." That was all. Power doesn't shout, it informs. I stood, picked up my coat. She sobbed behind me, calling my name like it could still anchor her. It couldn't. I paused at the door. "I never suspected you," I said quietly. "Until I did. And once I did, it was over." I walked into the night lighter than I had felt in months. Not healed, clear. Betrayal doesn't break you if you refuse to beg it for answers. It sharpens you, teaches you where not to bleed again. She lost more than me that night. She lost the version of herself that believed she could lie without consequence. I didn't look back.